Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really excited to share our perspective here at Allied Venture Partners on a company that's caught our eye, doFlo. We want to kind of unpack why we find this investment so compelling.
Right. And it starts with this massive shift we're seeing. Two huge markets, workflow automation and what we call agentic AI. They're converging. Think AI that can actually reason, plan, execute complex stuff on its own.
Yeah.
Projections, over $1 trillion combined by 2030. Huge potential, but there's a catch.
There always is, isn't there?
Well, yeah. The current tools, your Zapiers, your makes, they can be pretty complex for the average user. And then these newer AI platforms, a lot of promise, sure, but often high error rates. That's a barrier, especially for bigger companies.
Right. Complexity scares people off, and errors just create more work.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's unpack this. How is doFlo bridging that gap? What are they actually doing for users trying to build these AI workflows?
That's exactly it. They're aiming to make this powerful stuff accessible. Their big innovation is something called vibe flowing. So initially, you had this visual drag and drop thing, like a lucid chart, pretty standard.
Familiar, yeah.
But the real breakthrough is vibe flowing. You just describe what you want. In plain English, they call it vibe coding.
Vibe coding, yeah.
And the platform just builds the workflow. You could say, like, hey, grab this email attachment, summarize it, stick the key points in my CRM, ping the team on Slack, and it just, it just does it.
Wow. Okay, so it's like having a conversation with the system, basically.
Yeah.
That's quite different from wrestling with complicated flow diagrams or code.
Yeah.
What's the tech behind that? How do they make it reliable enough to be, set it and forget it?
Well, what's fascinating here is the underlying tech. They use these micro-agent architectures. Yeah, think of them like tiny, specialized AIs. Each one is really good at one specific thing, and they work together. And they're getting over 90% agentic efficacy. That's just a fancy way of saying these agents are really, really reliable. Very few errors.
90% plus.
Exactly. It's a huge step up in dependability for complex, automated tasks. Real intelligence, not just following steps.
So, from our perspective at Allied, doFlo looks incredibly well positioned, right there at the intersection of these two booming markets. Strategically, that makes them, we think, it makes them a very attractive potential acquisition down the line.
For the big players.
For sure. Think Microsoft, Google, Amazon, ServiceNow, Salesforce, companies pouring money into automation and AI. And doFlo already has, over 2,700 integrations. It slots right into what those big companies need. User-friendly, powerful AI automation.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, there's their community platform approach. This really excites us, too.
Right. It's not just individual tools.
No, exactly. It's more like a GitHub, but for automations. Users can share their workflows, collaborate, even sell them in a marketplace.
A marketplace for automation.
Yeah. It sparks innovation, creates opportunities for people to build and share these powerful solutions. It really democratizes things.
And then there's the team. I mean, a huge part of our conviction at Allied comes down to the people. We've been incredibly impressed.
They move fast.
Incredibly fast. Will's vision and product sense, Thomas's engineering skill, they have a proven track record. And they ship updates like multiple times a week. That kind of world-class product velocity, that urgency, it gives us huge confidence they can execute. So, to sum it up, we see doFlo as a really compelling story. The market position, that vibe-flowing feature making it so easy to use, the community aspect, and just a top-notch team moving at speed.
Which kind of leads to an interesting question, maybe for you listening. How will platforms like doFlo fundamentally change things? By making AI workflow creation accessible to almost anyone who gets to innovate now. What complex, maybe tedious parts of your work could you simplify just by describing them? Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into doFlo. We hope you found our perspective insightful.